Right, everyone. Boo. If you're watching this, it's because you're interested in SpeedQuizzing Live. SpeedQuizzing Live is a version of our SpeedQuizzing product, but it works over the internet rather than in a public place, face-to-face with people. That's been our thing for the last 10 years. It's great. It's proper SpeedQuizzing. This is proper SpeedQuizzing. It's slick. It has loads of features. You know, there are your teams down the side. You've got your question there. You can click on a team. You can pick buzzer sounds for that team. You can say where they sit. You can colour the team. And then you've got like the second screen to go on a big screen for people to look with scoreboards and things. But that's not what we're doing at the moment. Whilst we're in lockdown or we're grounded or whatever you want to call it, we've created a makeshift version which works in a web browser. You host it from a web browser. One of the limitations at the moment is to play it. The players can only play on Android devices. Hopefully by the time you watch this, it will also be on the Apple App Store and the Android App Store as well. But at the moment, it's only on Android devices. I'll show you how to download that a little bit later. That's one of the limitations. Most of the stuff on this website is for SpeedQuizzing Professional, if you want to call it that, proper SpeedQuizzing. So most of it isn't really relevant to you. There are bits what are in the user guides there. You've got like gameplay, keypad games. That's probably useful, but most of it, like I say, isn't that useful. So what we've made a makeshift page about how to host SpeedQuizzing Live. Most of the stuff you want to be, you'll need to know is on there, host live. And to get to that, you just put speedquizzing.com/host live. That should show you what you need to know. The first thing you need to do is set up an account, which you just click on the little man and click sign up. I'm not going to show you how to do that. It's self-explanatory. There will be an email confirmation. Set up your account. Let's assume you've already set up your account. And we're going to start. The first thing you probably need to know is about how the questions work to do this. So you click on, you sign into your account. Now you've done it. I'm already signed in. Hello, Gareth. It's not my real name. No need for people to know my real name. Hello, Gareth. And we're going to click on Question Manager. Bang. Opens in a separate window. Question Manager. And the only thing relevant to us on here is keypad rounds. Buzzing rounds don't work in SpeedQuizzing Live. And we're going to click New Question. I'm going to do this really shorthand. Capital City of France. And the answer is Paris. So we're writing a question here. You can buy questions from us, but I'm going to show you how to write your own first. You see it's put a letter P there for Paris. On a rare occasion, you might not want it to be the first letter of the answer. You might say, if you wanted to say what's the last letter of the capital city of Paris, you could put an S in that box. But for the main, it's always first letter of the answer. Save changes. Let's do another one. New question, but let's make it multiple choice. Capital city of England. And let's put, again it's shorthand, you wouldn't write a question like that, would you, unless you're an idiot. Right, Paris as one option, London as an option, Hamburg as an option. You can have between 2 and 6 options. And we're going to tick the correct answer. Make sure you tick the correct answer in the little dot next to it. The answer is London, obviously. Save changes. And there is also a number. Well, let's do another one. Let's do a number question this time. Type in very shorthand. Members in the Beatles. Anyone who's into music will know the answer is 4 in the definitive lineup. And then you've got the option, if you want, of putting extra information on there. Let's put John, Paul, Ringo, and everyone's favourite, George. Save. So we've got 3 questions now. We've got multiple choice, letters and numbers. You can see that whether it's numbers, multiple choice with a little red icon there. But they're in the organiser. We need to put them in a round. You see where it says new round in the keypad thing. We click open. There's the round. Now we're going to drag the questions into the round. Sometimes it helps to just drag them slightly below the round, I tend to find works. Click on the round, they're in the round. We can put them in an order we want. Let's go multiple choice, letters, numbers. There's your 3 questions. And now we're going to click export selected round. Now you can only select, you can only export 4 questions per round until you've bought an activation with us. Click that export round, give it a name. My first round. Okay, that's exported. Excellent. I can shut the question manager down. And the next thing I'm going to do is let's open SpeedQuizzing Live. Start brand new quiz. That opens in a separate pop-out window. I'll just make it a bit smaller so it fits in there. So there it is. It's in a web browser. It's not as slick as the proper SpeedQuizzing program I showed you earlier, but it's cool. It works. So what we should see now, if I click on there, my first round. If I click on that, I'm ready. It's opened the round. But now we need some people to connect, don't we? So you see the pin at the top, 0498. That's a random pin for your quiz. 0498. And so they've got a tick box in there for James. Team name, James team. I've put in there, and 0498 in the pin number. Do that. I've got a couple of devices here on the go. What was it? 0498. 498. Enter. And there they are, popping in on the side. So if we go start round, we'll see the multiple choice one first. I didn't have the Wi-Fi on one of my devices, unfortunately, so I'm just going to show you on one. Capital City of England, so you would read it out, you would say, it's a multiple choice question. They don't have to wait for the 10 seconds to start. They can put it in whenever they want. So let's put it in already. What is the capital city of England? Is it A, Paris, B, London, C, Hamburg? You see it comes up on the side. Start the 10-second countdown. In that time, I've put the Wi-Fi on the other device, so I've got 2 devices in now. One team answered correctly. The correct answer is, you'll see down there, I've got 6 points enabled for the correct answer, 2 bonus points for the fastest correct answer. One team answered correctly. The correct answer is B, London. The fastest correct answer, the bonus points go to Like It. So on proper SpeedQuizzing, everyone gets to choose a buzzer sound before the game, and it's great. In this, it's just going to play a little piece of random music each time someone gets one right for now. Let's do another question. So there's 2 teams in it, and it's a letters question this time, which means there's the full alphabet, and they've just got to put the first letter of the answer to get the points. So what is the capital city of France? Okay, I'll start the 10 seconds this time, because you don't have to, they can do it before or after, put their answer in. What happens here, if it goes red when it gets close to the end, they got theirs in just in time. 2 teams answered correctly. You'll see on the side it tells you there 6 points to everyone who got it right, but the fastest team gets 2 bonus points as well. Excusely woozly, right? 2 teams answered correctly. The correct answer is Paris. For the fastest correct answer, the bonus points go to Like It. One question left in the thing what we made. How many members are in the Beatles now? You'll notice here that it's a number question. You have to type enter on a numbers question. Always remind the people playing, type in a number, press enter. And the answer is 4. I'm going to start that, and I'm going to put 4, enter. You see this go red when you've got 3 seconds left? They got it wrong. One team answered correctly. The answer is 4. John, Paul, Ringo, George. Fastest correct answer, the bonus points go to Like It. Excellent, that's the end of the round. You see how that works? So I'm going to shut that down. And now I'm going to show you how you could buy one of our quiz packs if you wanted to. So if you look on there, it says buy activations. Now, this is the complicated bit. On normal SpeedQuizzing, an activation costs £21, You can buy multiple activations in bulk, but £21 gets you one quiz for one evening or afternoon or whatever you want to do it. It lasts for the whole day. You get some questions included, but we aren't charging £21 for this. It's actually free to use up to 40 devices at a time if you use your own questions. You only pay if you want to use one of our devices, if you want to use some of our questions, or you want to go over 40 devices. So it's currently, so what we've done is we've split the activations into thirds. So you still have to buy one activation, but it'll only use a third of an activation each time you either pay for buy a quiz pack or you go over one of the milestones. 40 devices costs you a third of an activation, which works out like £7. If you want to go over 100 devices, it'll cost you £14, which is 2/3 of the activation, and so on. If you go over 150, it'll cost you the full activation. In addition to that, it costs you a third of an activation if you want to buy a quiz pack. So if I click on there, quiz pack only, this allows me to buy a quiz pack. Now when you buy a quiz pack, it gives you some options. So you can have UK, USA. If you want to go themed, you can. The whole thing can be themed, football or music, but if you don't do that, then it'll just be general knowledge with bits of music and questions about music and football and things. Age group, you can change that if you think. They're quite subtle, these filters. Don't expect it to be like a kid's game. It is aimed at older people, this. And difficulty level. Click that if you want. There's a few sweary questions you might get if you untick that, so best leave it ticked if you're unsure. Don't touch any of these for SpeedQuizzing Live. It just needs to be all of those big keypad rounds. Yeah? Do it. Click that. That's paid for the quiz pack, and it's generating it now randomly from our and you get 40 roughly 45 usable questions. The reason for that is there's some picture questions in there, and we haven't got the picture questions working in SpeedQuizzing Live yet. So without the picture questions, you get about 45 questions, and you'll see there a third of an activation has gone from the activations thing. So that's cost you that. Now, important thing to note is that when you buy a quiz pack, not only do you get the quiz pack, it means that you won't have to pay £7 to go over 40. It extends it to 100 for that day. So you get, for your £7 on that day, you get a quiz pack and you get to go up to 100 rather than 40, which is a bargain, I think. And now if I go to SpeedQuizzing Live, open it again, continue that same quiz if I want. As in, when I say the same quiz, I mean the same people connected on the side. And then if I go choose a different quiz pack, open that, there's the activation I've paid for. It calls it an activation. It's a quiz pack, really. I'm ready. And now we've got 3 rounds included in that quiz pack. You've got 1, 2, and 3 different rounds. Let's start round 1, just so you get an idea of what the questions look like. Letters question, first letter of the answer. In which 2001 film does an obsessed wizard scheme to trap a civilization of tiny creatures? The Smurfs. There's your answer. There are things when you do a first letter of the answer question, we always tell people if the answer begins with the, don't press T. So the answer for that would be S. But it explains that on the screen that they're playing with. I hope I've told you everything you need to know here. This should be enough. There's all the information, like I say, is on speedquizzing.com/host live. There's also a Facebook group called SpeedQuizzing Live with some quite helpful people on there, if you catch them on a good day. I hope this has been helpful. Hopefully we'll be back in the pub doing quizzes, where they're meant to be within the next few weeks. Stay safe, everyone. Over and out. See you later.